Good morning. Hello everybody. My name is Chrissy and today I'm going to be giving you a prediction reading for the 18th of May. Now, firstly I just want to talk a little bit about the elephant in the room. Well, it's now not an elephant. It's trampling over everybody around the globe, and I think most of you out there know about the pandemic treaty that the WHO, which is the World Health Organization, is trying to implement. Because, of course, they're wanting to get the mass control, and we know that who's connected to China, and this is kind of how it's all rolling out. And this could be part of the iceberg that's now becoming very exposed. And I think here in Australia, there's a lot of people starting to panic and wake up because now they're realising that our parliamentary leaders, there's two majors running for the vote on Saturday here in Australia for the new Prime Minister. But there's a lot of independents running as well. But the two Prime Ministers both have talked about the pandemic treaty and how they're going to build back better. You know, it's all just unfolding before our very eyes here in Australia. So Canada, we're not far behind. Oh my gosh, this is just getting absolutely just ridiculous now. People have to be waking up. How could you not see these where we're headed? It's hard. I know for you guys out there who watch my videos, it's hard to even believe or fathom that people aren't seeing all this BS that they're feeding us now. But I guess if it's not coming up on your feed and you're not having your eyes open, you're just going to let it go over your head. Because it's that, it's sort of fear, but it's also that denial of this can't be happening, that our governments and that can't be lying to us. But Canada, you're living proof that is a fact. This has been happening. So I just wanted to kind of just touch on that today and maybe leave me some comments down below what's happening where you guys are. But we know this pandemic treaty is really starting to get a roll on. God, there's some ridiculous amount of countries that have already signed up for it. How, in God's name, excuse using God or Buddha or whoever you want, but how, in God's name, do people think that's a great idea without putting it to the vote of the people? That's what I can never understand. So again, it comes back to that good foundation, isn't there? Because the people have not voted it in. So collapsing towers are collapsing. Now I'm just going to close my eyes and we'll just get started. Sorry, I just wanted to just touch on that because it's a huge issue at the moment here in Australia. And I know you guys are going through the same thing. I'll just close my eyes. For anyone new to my channel, I just let my guides channel through to you. So stay watching. There might be a message in here for you to receive today. And I'll just get started. Oh, some of the images that my guides give me are fantastic. I love this one. They're showing me us. So you watching this video, these are the people who have been over behind the fence. Being, what's his name, Wilson. Today they're showing me us with our big wheelbarrows and we're wheeling it over to the elite towers, ready to pick up the debris. And this is great. This is like we're doing the labour now, and we're picking up all the bits of cement and all the garbage that's starting to crumble off the building, and we're wheeling it away and chucking it into the, we could call it landfill, I guess. And this is what they're showing me. They're showing us with our wheelbarrows, picking up the debris and nonsense and wheeling it away and putting it into landfill so we can like cover it up forever and it can be gone. So there's a lot of movement with us now. And this is what I'm getting. Now this could be, I know I've been sharing so much information, it's ridiculous, because we need to get people awake. And that's for you guys out there too. This is that getting back to watering the seeds that we've been planting. Now it's time to really water them. The guides are almost saying like it's time to actually put some real serious fertilizer on so things start to speed up and grow a bit faster. They talk about that, putting like sea salt, seaweed, feeding your plants, cow manure or whatever, that's going to speed up this process. So we're at a point now where we're on the move. So we've got our wheelbarrows, and we're creating, we're clearing the space. I guess that's how you could kind of put it down to, that clearing the space. And the debris, like, and this is the crumbling, this is things falling, this is things collapsing, with these elite towers that I always talk about. But now we're the ones sort of doing that labor now, and we're on the move again. So we've sort of stayed idle, and we've protected ourselves, and we're still protecting ourselves. We're still detached from all this garbage that's going on. And it's almost showing me that when you think of, like, for example, builders, and you get your labourers that do all the like little the work. I mean, you could, here's a better analogy actually that they're just giving me. They're saying it's like when you get the queen bee, and then you get all the little the bees doing all the work. Well, we're now becoming those bees, zzz, and we're buzzing around, and we're very busy. Well, this is us now. We're getting busy again. And look, this could even be just busy with our own life and distracting ourselves. It could be busy, nourishing and feeding the information, because we know that's all been taken off, and we haven't been able to spread a lot of information. But they're showing me like people's ears. They're showing me like Dr. Spock of what's that show? Star Trek, and the pointy ears. Well, they're showing me that people have now got their ears open. They're hearing. Like I said the other day, people might have their mouths sewn up, and they haven't got a voice, but their ears are pricked up. You think of a dog, when they hear something, their ears go whoop, and they listen. Well, that's what people are doing. They're starting to listen. And I'm telling you now, this awakening process is about listening to your gut instincts, listening to the things you're sensing and hearing. And that's what is happening. When people go through that soul breakdown, their senses open up, and they become more aware of their surrounds and what's currently going on. And seriously, when you're being lied to. And I think we all know that out there. Well, God, we've been getting lied to for like 2.5 years. But these people are now starting to think, hang on a minute, am I getting lied to? Is this... There's no way. Like, the questioning is huge now. Like I said yesterday about that, the data coming out about that Johnson & Johnson and AstraZeneca. Like, why did they hide those figures and things? Like, why? Why did they want to hide that information for 75 years? Like, people know. They're not... I know that we think they're a bit asleep, but they're actually not. They're out of the mass psychosis. A lot of them are out of the mass psychosis. But we're the ones doing the like little worker bees now. And we're not doing it in a very obvious way. We're doing it in a really subtle way, where it's just like that person who's got the wheelbarrow, putting in all the broken bricks and cement and bits of debris that's falling off the elite towers, and we're wheeling it away, and we're putting it into landfill. We're wanting it gone forever. So that's the energy that the guides are giving me. That's the image, because we're the ones that are still planting these seeds. We're beyond planting seeds now. We're nourishing and feeding and wanting things to really grow and grow much faster. And that's around the information spreading and sharing. That's huge now. That's what I'm getting the visual of, the wheelbarrow transporting things. It's like we're taking that information from the towers, and then we're going and we're dumping it to show people just how bad it was. It's almost, that's kind of the visual. Like it's like you want to grab people, isn't it, and just shake them and go, wake up before it's too late. That's what we actually really want to do, but we can't do that. So we have to do it in other ways. But I'm definitely getting that little busy bees. We're becoming very busy bees. So look out for your bees today. You might get a sign that you're on the right track today if you see any bees buzzing around. I know it's spring over where a lot of you guys are, so you probably will see a few bees today. I'll just see what else we get today around this. They're saying it is collapsing. Now, if you watch my videos, you know that when I talk about it's collapsing, this is around the narratives, the agendas they're trying to roll out, all the things they're trying to push and implement. God, the treaty with who is just beyond words, isn't it? And this is what I'm getting. And they're kind of giving me the quote of Faulty Towers, which I don't know if anyone watched that show years and years ago called Faulty Towers. You know, and that's kind of getting back to that rocking of the elites towers and their penthouses. But what they're saying is it's become like a comedy show, because Faulty Towers was like a I think it was John Cleese in Faulty Towers, and he was a comedian. It was very funny, and I never really watched it a lot myself, but it was a comedy kind of show, and it had a lot of wit in it, and this is what we're kind of getting now. This is like a big comedy show, and it could be that it's a comedy movie if we've been watching the movies and we've got the sequels coming up. But it's showing me that Faulty Towers, there are so many faults in these towers that it has to collapse and become like the comedy show Faulty Towers, because again, I keep saying it, it's not built on a strong foundation. When you don't incorporate your people in the decision-making processes, it's not built with strength. It's like a hollowed out building. They're kind of showing me like a hollow building that's just like sort of made of weeds and grasses and built on grass. Over time it just deteriorates. Like, it might be a temporary shelter, and it kind of just starts to collapse and all the sticks fall off. And this is the kind of image they're showing me, because there's no good foundation. It hasn't been built structurally sound. So that's the message I'm kind of getting from the guys today, is that this is kind of a temporary building that these elites have built. It's temporary. So I think the message there, and what I'm getting from the guides, is they can be knocked off at any time. I don't mean literally, like I don't mean assassination. That's not what I'm talking about. I mean they can be collapsed, as in their power can be taken from them at any time. I'll just see what else we get today. But, I mean, these are some good images to kind of hold in our minds, aren't they? Oh, and they're saying that they use a lot of scapegoats. Oh, we're so tired of this. I know you guys are tired of this. I'm tired of it myself. We just want it all to just be finished. Oh my gosh. But like I said, I don't think there is really a finish line to all this. Oh, now I've lost my train of thought. Oh, where was I going? Hang on. Just give me a sec. Right, I'll get back. The guides are saying that the timing of all this has to be perfect. Now, they're saying like everything that has happened has been divine timing. So like I've said, for people that are waking up, it has to be divine timing that they get that information when they're ready to receive it. It's like I said very early on in the year, if people get their information like too thrown at them, or they're too bombarded, they will just slip back into their old journey and that coma again, because their fears and everything rise up, and they don't want to look at it. So they have to, it's all divine timing. The process of waking up has to be at a nice, gentle and slow pace. But like I said, people still get shocked because they can't believe that they have been lied to on such an enormous and global scale. Now, fingers crossed that some of these things that are coming out, such as the pandemic treaty, we know there's going to be people go, oh yeah, that's a good idea because that'll save lives. We know, and I know that was my first thoughts. I'm sure you guys, when you heard about the treaty as well, were thinking the same thing. Oh gosh, people are just going to fall for that and think it's great. They can just, oh my God. We are so tired from this. I'm sorry, guys. I know you're really tired, and that indicates to me how tired you really are. Look, and we know there's going to be people who are going to jump on that and think, oh, this is a great idea, because then they can get everybody jabbed and they can mandate and force people. We know there's going to be that minority group. We've already talked about that minority group. Leave them over there. They just got no clue what's going on. But This is why it has to be divine timing, because they have to go through their soul breakdown. Then they, gosh, our throats. Sorry, guys, we are so jammed up. We have to get these things out because it's just starting to block us again. And this is what's going on. They need to have their soul breakdown. Then they need to actually start to live from their feeling, their heart place. And this is what's kind of going on. That's why we can't just hit them really hard with a lot of truths. See, we've been going along and truths have been unfolding in our last 2.5 years that we've sort of uncovered, and now these people are uncovering theirs. So it's that journey of discovery, you could say. Not good discovery, but discovery nonetheless, discovery of the truth. So that's why this is like divine timing all the time of people waking up. I know it seems, and I know all you guys out there, and that's why I yawn so much, because it's like not snow, as slow as a snail. But like I said, and it's not about how fast you get there. It's about making sure they get there and don't slip back into the mass psychosis. So definitely getting that today, that it is all about divine timing. I'll just see what else we get. They're showing me a watch. They're showing me like time is ticking. And they're saying it's not that time's moving faster because it's an illusion. They're saying that it feels like time's moving faster. And they're talking about like kinetic energy and that attraction of things. The reason things are moving or appear to be moving faster is because we're attracting them faster. So, God, I can't talk today. Things are coming to us at greater speed, but we still have the ability to control that. So again, I get the message for you guys watching my video is just to slow down and not rush this. Now, I know we all want it to just like rush it, and we want to take that, just peel the lid off the can and just pour everything out. That's what the guides are showing me, but that's not going to work. And when you're got your wheelbarrow and you're spreading that information and you're dumping it and trying to get rid of it, you have to do this slowly, because you don't want to spill anything either. This is kind of the message. You don't want your wheelbarrow tipping over and then the information's still out there, and not good information. I mean, things that were hidden. You want to be able to move those things and really dump them and put them on that pile where they're exposed, but they're also going to be buried for good. So this is kind of what I'm getting about. Don't rush this process. And I know that you guys want to. I know that I want to. But they're saying this has to be done in kind of an uplifting way that helps people, like I said, find that light at the end of the tunnel. They're looking for the light, and finding their way out. We're lending a hand and helping people to come out of that sort of darkness and that control, and it's like being trapped down in a pit. We're kind of helping people out of that pit now, because they've had no life. If you think about just standing in a pit that's like 2 meters deep and everyone's down there, they've had no life. What sort of life is that? That's, lockdown life. Shanghai's probably feeling that way at the present moment. They're still continuing their battle of zero CV. But this is what I'm getting. We're still helping people out as well. So this is also that process of, getting the wheelbarrows and moving people. Because, and what they're saying to me is, if you don't want to spill things off the wheelbarrow, because you don't want people just getting a little bit of the information and just being all confused still. You want people to get a large amount of information so that this starts to make sense. So look, I hope that analogy is making sense today. Sometimes the guides take me to some very strange places, I know, but you guys seem to get it out there, I guess, because we can all relate to what we're going through, and the guides try and put it into terms that we can all sort of understand without being too overly complicated. I'll just see if there's anything else today to finish off. Now they're saying stay grounded, regroup, stay in your heart place, stay in your feeling place. Don't feel belittled, because they try to belittle us all the time. It doesn't matter if you're fighting mandates, you're vaccine injured, you're unjabbed, they still try and belittle us. So look, please protect yourself off social media. We know how bad they can be, and they still use that narrative of, you know, with the flu here, they're still pushing that, and they're still directing it to children, saying that they spread it to everybody because of the lockdowns. I think I said yesterday their immune system's very low, but of course they use it with us too still. So they're still using the same narrative kind of here in Australia, that the flu jabbed will probably be spreading that and they'll be getting it. And, you know, and then yesterday, oh God, they were still talking about the ambulances being backed up, and something has to be done. And then they put on that somebody died in their home alone because these ambulances and the nurses and everyone's overworked. And we know why everyone's overworked. Gosh, if you're going to mandate people, yeah, you're going to lose like half your staff. It's ridiculous. And now we've got Bill Gates, who, you know, is running the world's health, apparently. And here's a computer guy who's now saying that they realise now that the virus wasn't that bad, but they do need to prepare in case there's another virus. So he's written his lovely book about, you know, how to cope with the next pandemic, which pretty much says that it's coming, because he's a very good psychic, as we all know, that Bill Gates. He can predict so many things. Oh God, I'm so over this. Sorry, guys. Sometimes I just get so frustrated by all this nonsense. I just want everybody to see it really clearly. And I know you guys do. You guys are great. And look, I do appreciate you guys commenting down below. So leave me comments even today, because I love hearing from you. I love chatting to you. You're giving me support. Hopefully I'm supporting you as well with some tips and things to survive through this nonsense. I know you poor guys in Canada, it's very challenging for you over there. So stay really strong. I know it's really tough, but like I said, we're getting nervous in Australia because we're probably heading down that same road. I'll just see if there's anything to end with today. Any final messages? Oh God, they're showing me the word clueless, like and look, they're not very nice, the guides, are they? They're saying like a dumb blonde, they're saying. But what they're saying, I'm not taking it personally, what they're saying is that it's that sort of, like with people waking up, they're kind of going, what's happening? And they're scratching their head and going, what's the pandemic treaty? Like, and they're showing like the, you know, the image of the dumb blonde, but it's not, saying like, you know, that they're a bit clueless. But, you know, people might be clueless, but the fact that they're still kind of scratching their head is what the guides are saying is a great thing, because it means scratching your head kind of means you're going into your thinking mind, because you're starting to think, what's going on? What's a pandemic treaty? Like, some people don't even know, seriously. Some people don't even know what the reset is. They don't know about Klaus Schwab. They don't know about WHO, like the World Health Organization or the WEF. People don't know about any of these organizations. And this is why people are kind of scratching their head going, what is this? You know? So that's what I'm getting. There's a lot of like, oh my goodness, clueless people. But they're being forced to look down the road now. So the clueless people who are scratching their heads are being forced to look. They're being forced to look. They can't not look now because it's right there in front of them. It's actually strange, and this is an interesting analogy, isn't it? They're actually showing me a lot of these clueless people now sitting in the theatre, like the movie theatre, and they're looking at the movie screen. So it's starting to unfold before their eyes. The story is starting to come together. And I'm going to leave you with that today. We're too busy with our wheelbarrows now, moving everything and fertilizing and nourishing and getting the information really growing. And these people are now kind of moving in. I don't think they've got as far as eating popcorn yet, like we were, and we still are at different times. But I feel like this is coming across the movie screen now, and they're starting to see this as a whole picture. So those people that are waking up, because they still are scratching their head, and it's starting to become like a major feature film. Great, that's all we want. Oh goodness, I hope it's a big epic film that just everybody sees. It's like a box office hit. Oh my gosh. Anyway, I'm going to leave you with that today. We've got to keep laughing, haven't we all? We just bloody sit on the floor curled up in the fetal position crying. Oh my goodness. So look, have a wonderful day, everybody. I'm going to say goodbye from Australia. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. Hit the like buttons. That always helps me. Please comment. Love hearing from you guys, and I love that you guys chat together as well. It's beautiful that we've all got each other's back. And I will talk to you in that very next video. Take care, everybody, and I'll say goodbye from Australia. Bye.